The king of ancient Rome was as strong as an ox from childhood. As he grew up, he could rely on his own strength to plow dozens of acres of land. His father deeply regretted wasting Odysseus's ability, so he sold him to a slave owner and bought an ox to replace him for farming. In the end, Odysseus and his friends from the same village were sold to the city of Rome. Looking at this prosperous ancient city, they thought they would live a good life, but instead, they were sent to the gladiatorial arena. Here, slaves could only face life and death. Odysseus was unfortunately the first to be sent into the arena. Unlike his timid posture, his opponent held a giant axe and looked calm. Before Odysseus could even react, the opponent swung straight at him.
Someone's in here!
Sure enough, Odysseus was no match at all. He was quickly beaten until he had no strength to fight back and kept retreating. However, as the future emperor of Rome, how could he die here? At the critical moment, he unleashed a bull-like fighting style. With his immense strength, he dragged his opponent across the ground as if plowing a field. After only a few circles, he completely defeated the powerful enemy. This battle left everyone stunned. It also made the slave owner's daughter, Majora, develop feelings for him. But the slave owner was furious that his favored fighter had been killed. He immediately ordered his men to kill Odysseus. Seeing this, Majora quickly suggested using Odysseus to make money. Thanks to her, Odysseus was able to survive. The two also began to develop special feelings for each other. After that, Odysseus's ranking in the arena kept rising, and his fame spread throughout the Roman Empire. Yet what Odysseus truly wanted was still Majora.
I heart you.
She often came to visit him, and under his display of chest muscle dancing, Majora was completely captivated. But the good times did not last long. One day, the slave owner came with Majora, who was already pregnant, and demanded that everyone confess who the father was. Odysseus became very nervous. At that moment, his friends stepped forward one by one to cover for him.
I had Sexicus.
I had Sexicus!
I had Sexicus!
I had Sexicus! You jerks! You knew I liked her!
We were covering for you, jackass.
Oh, right.
When Odysseus was exposed, he had no choice but to admit it himself. However, he still could not escape being sent to the execution platform. But the next moment, his chains were pried open.
Rise, for you are now free.
Woohoo!
To marry my daughter.
No! I mean, great! What could be more liberating than marriage?
In the end, under the witness of family and friends, the two were married. To support their life after marriage, the slave owner gave all the gladiator slaves in the arena to him. Odysseus had once sworn to share hardship with his friends. He wanted to keep his promise and give them freedom, but Majora, behind him, could not sit still. She used sweet words to break his idea of releasing them.
Look, fellas, no one honors oaths more than me. No one. Just give me a little time till we get on our feet, then I'll totally free you. Management thanks you for your patience.
From then on, Odysseus began to rise to the peak of his life in Rome. He opened a laundry business in the city. Interestingly, Romans at that time used urine to wash clothes. The ammonia produced from urine could effectively break down grease and clean garments. With the help of slaves, almost all the urine in Rome was controlled by Odysseus. From then on, his laundry branches kept expanding. His family even bought a mansion. Such a life made Odysseus feel satisfied. However, Majora's desires were far from satisfied. When attending a Roman Senate meeting, she persuaded Odysseus that becoming a senator would bring more wealth and power. After all, in Rome, power meant strength. Majora's clever persuasion easily convinced Odysseus, but when he went to the palace to request a senate position from the Roman king,
The pig eye, a senator? That would be an insult to the dignity of this office. Now, if you'll excuse me, Senator Horse and I are going shopping for lewd pottery.
the king's words deeply hurt him. Only he himself knew the hardship of his journey. At that moment, the king's adopted son appeared. He had long coveted the throne and wanted to cooperate with Odysseus. As long as Odysseus eliminated the king and helped him ascend the throne, he would grant all of Odysseus's demands. Having just been humiliated by the king, Odysseus immediately agreed. Then, relying on his gladiator skills, he successfully infiltrated the palace and easily assassinated the king. After that, Odysseus got his wish and became a Roman senator.
I love my job.
And his power kept growing stronger. Majora also became immersed in the vanity of being admired. However, her desires grew even more. Just because the new emperor did not attend her birthday party, she wanted Odysseus to kill the emperor.
What more do you want? We started at the bottom, and now we're one rung from the top. It's a natural stopping point. Will you never be satisfied?
Odysseus's reaction only made Majora laugh it off. As the daughter of a slave owner, her desires could only grow. The next day, she had already poisoned the emperor's wine. Fortunately, the emperor had a slave taste it first and escaped death. But the next moment, he still could not escape dying that day. Taking advantage of the situation, Majora also bribed the senators and nominated her own son to become the king of Rome.
He was born rich, so he got to be good at business.
Odysseus felt deep fear at the thought of his son becoming king. Sure enough, after ascending the throne, Bart, just because his dog drowned in the sea, declared war on the sea god, and the soldiers suffered heavy casualties. To secure his position, he eliminated all the senators. Seeing Bart's tyranny bring misery to the Roman Empire, Odysseus could no longer tolerate it.
Society must come to its senses and overthrow this madman!
Blasphemy! Seize him! For your heresy, Father, I sentence you to be eaten by the lions.
We're gonna need more lions.